watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting night of racing in the Sim500 Sharue Diecast Xfinity Racing. Tonight with me, Randy Pepper, on the Ghostfire Media Network, and I've got Nick. I overshadowed you right there, right off the bat. I meant to go to Nick, and I went, what the heck am I doing? I left Nick. Nick, how's it going, bud?
Well, good news.
Everything works.
Everything works better this week. So exciting. I'm excited. I mean, it's the last race of the Winter Series. Then me and you get 2 weeks off, pretty much 3 weeks off until we come back on Wednesday, March the 30th. So I'm excited. We'll talk more about that later in the evening. We have a couple of announcements to make about our remainder of the season here at Sim500, so I'm excited. You know, I mean, you're looking at the man, the myth, the legend right there, the 2021-22 Winter Series champion, Daniel Falkenham. It's clinched coming into tonight. He's here just for bragging rights. These guys are all here for pride. The closest battle we have right now in points is going to be for third, and that's going to be between Brian Macklin and Bentley Glazier, and it's a 17-point, 18-point gap. There's a really tight battle between 7th on back all the way to about 15th position. But the real battle is 7th to 10th, I think, where it's about 18 points. So if Jimmy Coleman has a bad night, you could see him fall down to 10th maybe. But it's going to be really tight in the lower part of the standings. But obviously Daniel Falkenham coming into tonight is your champion. And then right here, this man in second, Mike Kelly, Mr. Consistency. He hasn't always started up front, doesn't always lead that many laps, but he's super consistent. Coming into tonight with his 13 starts, he has 9 top 10s, 6 top 5s. I mean, he's led. Let's see, he's ran more laps than our friend Daniel Falkenham. He hasn't won a race yet, but he's definitely got the opportunity to. You know, this is going to be a very interesting time tonight. Let's see what happens in a couple weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll find out, definitely. And, you know, we've got Falkingham, who's we've talked about several times that he's just kind of like on autopilot. Now, let's hopefully, last week we talked to him after the race, and we said, "Should you make it interesting for us? Why don't you start dead last and just make your way through? You got nothing to lose. Why don't you just do that?" He said, "Well, maybe I might do that.
It'll be interesting."
I would love for him to do that.
Well, I mean, he's the fastest guy on the track again tonight by about 1/10 of a second.
He just showed up.
He did. He's only run 10 laps, so, and he's still fast. I mean, he's legitimately, I think, probably, he's one of the most talented race car drivers I've ever seen on the sim. He reminds me a lot of William Byron in the level of talent that he has. so I could see him getting into the Road to Pro and see what happens there with getting into the NASCAR Coke. What is it? The NASCAR? No, it's not Coke, is it? No, it is Coke. It used to be Peak Antifreeze. Now it's Coke. Yeah, it's the NASCAR Coke iRacing series. That'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool to see. Mr. Falkenham get up there. But we appreciate everybody who comes out here, and it's not bittersweet because it's not November, and it's not like we're not going to be here for another 3 months. We're only going to not be here for 3 weeks. So you're not going to hear me and Randy Pepper cry about not talking to all you for the next 3 weeks. But we do want to say a huge thank you. The support just for the Sim500 racing series so far in the 14 weeks that we've been able to cover them has been absolutely unbelievable. They have our 3 highest viewed broadcasts ever on this channel. We just passed 1,000 likes on Facebook, and it's all because of our partners between the AOLL, Sim500, and the North-South Racing League. I mean, we wouldn't be where we are now without the partnership of all these guys between when we started with IVRL, just AOLL, and then Fuel last year, and now into Sim500 this year, and the North-South Racing League. The future is bright for GFM, Randy, and it's only, March of 2022. We've only been doing this really for 2 years now. Last year was our first full season with actual broadcast partners that weren't just the AOLL, and that wasn't just like friends playing with friends and watching friends race and commentating. It was, this is a job. This is what we do for everybody, 4 days a week right now on Ghostfire Media, I think. 3 or 4 days a week.
3 or 4 days. Yeah.
And then all of us work our full-time jobs, and I stream on the side from this. Randy does his stuff with YouTube. Josh Laston helped run a company. I mean, all of the people who have helped us get where we are, between Carl Henderson being here last year, stepping back to help with AOLL. I'm forgetting people. I know I am. Justin Anderson helped us last year with the IVRL series finale here on Ghostfire Media, so that was fantastic. Adam Wood and Larry Patrick for starting this and helping us get to where we are now. And I mean,
and don't forget Pat Patterson.
Pat Patterson jumped on here. I mean, that was a huge thing last year that Pat Patterson jumped on here. There'll be some updates, I think, about the Ghostfire Media podcast coming here soon. We're going to start talking more about that because there are things in the work. It's just everybody's been really hectic with their schedules, and my computer breaking pushed me back from where I wanted to be, and Randy with his heart condition pushed us all back, and we all kind of took a step back and said, you know what, we're going to chill out for a little bit. We'll regroup sometime in March, and we'll really start pushing for like April or May to get everything going where we wanted to. We wanted to be a little bit further ahead in March, but personal relationships and personal health and all that are much more important than getting some content done. So but we're excited. I think the future is really bright here, and it's only going to get brighter as the year goes along. And, well, I mean, I was going to save it for later, but I'm already talking, and I'm not going to shut up, so I might as well just talk about it now.
You don't ever shut up. What?
Starting March 30th, here on the Ghostfire Media Network, same time will be 9 p.m. That's when qualifying in the race. So actually, qualifying starts at 8:55. The Fast 40 will advance to the main event, and then we'll have heat races if we have more than that. But it is going to be the 2021 Trans Service Cup Series. So we will be here. Trans Service Truck Series. I didn't mean to say Cup Series. Truck Series. So here on the Ghostfire Media Network on Wednesday nights, you'll be seeing the trucks in action here at the Sim500 Esports Racing League, sponsored by Trans Service. We'll have more information about Trans Service. But there is a total of 27 races. We're extremely excited. We start at Daytona in March, then we do Las Vegas, and then we're off for a week, and we come back here to Atlanta on April the 20th. And we are, I know I'm personally excited because I love the racing that the trucks give. I love the racing that this league gives us in general so far. So I'm stoked to be able to continue our partnership with Sim500 throughout the rest of 2022.
Trucks, man. The trucks are going to be
trucks
so
are going to be
good.
The talent these guys have in Xfinity cars. Like, Xfinity cars are hard to drive. They are, I would say, behind the next gen now. They're the hardest oval car to drive. Before the next gen came out, they were definitely. Oh, I'm forgetting the classic though. But I don't really count the classics as oval cars anymore, just because we don't actually race them on a week-to-week basis. I don't even think we've ever covered a series that races those.
No.
So I don't. I mean, yeah, they're. Let me rephrase what I said, because I know I'm going to catch crap for it if I say it that way. Of the current generation of stock cars out there, the Xfinity car was the hardest one to drive before the next gen Cup Series car came out.
Yeah. I mean,
once the next
way
gen
they've
came
updated them.
Yeah.
Once they updated the.
Oh yeah, when they first
the,
brought the next gens out,
oh,
this
it
was still
super
the
easy to
hardest
drive.
car. They were super easy. It was dumb easy
Yeah.
to drive the next gen when
Yeah.
it first released on iRacing.
I loved it. I was like, man, that can drive this thing. There's no
But
problem
now,
at all.
oof, now it's
no.
the toughest thing to drive.
It
I
is
would.
a
It
bear.
matches some of the open wheel cars on how hard it is to drive, and I can't wait to see it go to and it catches people off guard in real life now too on the racetrack. So it's going to be awesome. But the trucks take a whole nother level of like ingenuity because they destroy tires because of how heavy they are. So you get a whole different level of skill and thoughts that have to go into what you have to do with the trucks.
Yep.
So I'm stupid excited to see what's going to happen when we
The other thing with
start
the
racing the truck.
The other thing with the truck, not to cut you off, but the truck, a lot of guys can stay together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're not going to see a lot of guys run off and just leave everybody behind. Everybody kind of stays together in those. Everybody has a chance at winning in a truck, and that's what the cool thing will be. We probably won't see a lot of domination by any one driver.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. You're 100% correct. I mean, it's almost like it's a level playing field with the truck.
Yep.
They draft so well at every racetrack that it's actually quite crazy how well they draft at all the racetracks. He's blowing up on the front stretch. Scott Simley did not get a good first lap in. Something was wrong with his car, or maybe with his equipment. So he's going to end up probably starting last tonight, unfortunately for him. His teammate Mike Kelly, though,
really bad.
his teammate Mike Kelly had an issue. Are these guys sandbagging?
You know, Mike always starts in the
Because Mike
back.
Kelly just ran a 36.9. Are they having issues?
I don't know.
Is there
I'm not really
issues
sure.
with some of these? Let me see. I need to find another Ford. Now, Derek Myers ran a 31.57. Because I know sometimes with iRacing, like certain models or certain makes can have issues and get glitches. But it doesn't seem like that's what's happening. It seems like the two teammates are either both having the same problem or they're just wanting to start at the back.
Yeah, I don't know. That is kind of strange that they are that far off.
Well, it sounded like Mike Kelly wasn't redlining it. He didn't sound like he was stuck in a gear. It just sounded like he was going slow. Scott Simley was like stuck in third gear. It sounded like. So I don't know because he was only doing like 107 miles an hour and he was redlining it. You could hear it. It was pinging off the rev limiter. So I don't know if maybe he had something break and he was just stuck in a gear or what. But we'll keep an eye on that. Because we'd like to see what was going on with that, because that's an interesting situation to keep an eye on. So we definitely will. Here he is, the 2021-2022 Winter Series champion, Daniel Falkenham, coming out trying to get his 9th win of the season. Over 100 wins here in the Sim500 Esports Racing Series for Daniel Falkenham. He actually eclipsed 100 wins on Ghostfire Media earlier this year in our 4th race of the season. So that was pretty impressive to watch, and I'm glad we got to have that moment for him. The love that was shared between, the conversation and the love that he gave the league, and the obvious respect between him and the league admins just shows what type of guy Daniel Falkenham is, and we wish him nothing but the best as he continues his run to Road to Pro and his run towards trying to win the 2022 Trans-Service Truck Series.
And hopefully, when we get to doing those trucks, it does equal out the way we anticipate it will, where maybe he won't be able to just run away like he has.
So you know me. I love stats, right?
Yeah.
I have stats to talk about after.
Oh, I know you do.
I have stats to talk about specifically with trucks, because I can look at that information from Sim500.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that it allows me to go into, like, this is the wins they have in this vehicle, and this is the wins they have in that vehicle.
I know.
And I just love it. It makes me so happy that we can go into that level of detail with Sim Racer Hub. So
Does it make you as happy as eating pizza?
I don't. Huh.
I doubt it.
You know, you've put me in a pickle here. Speaking of pizza, do you think pickles belong on pizza? Because I
No,
do.
absolutely
I do.
not. I don't think pickles belong on anything. I can't stand those
I
damn
think
green
pickles
things.
belong on pizza. I really do.
Oh no. Oh, they make me sick just looking at them.
Let's see. Well, I had statistics and they went away.
Oh!
Why did they go away? It's okay. Wait. It's okay. Wait. I have other stats.
Uh-oh.
Okay, here we
More
go.
stats.
Just
All
in the
right.
trucks alone, in the few years they've been doing this, Daniel Fockingham has 62 starts in the trucks, 17 wins.
Wow.
Justin Fuller, who I don't believe we've seen here yet this season, has 123 races and 20 wins. And Trey Edison, who I don't believe we've seen yet either.
No.
Can you correct me if I didn't think we saw him.
I don't.
He has
I think we've
87
seen
starts
Fuller.
and 20 and 22 wins. So EJ O'Rourke also has a few wins in the trucks. Daniel Fockingham is pretty good in the trucks, but that doesn't stop me from thinking that it's just gonna. I don't think it's gonna be just him. I don't.
I don't think so either. I think the trucks are going to level the playing field out a little bit more.
Let me see if I
Definitely.
can see. Can I see the drivers that are going to be in this series? Does it let me? I don't think it lets me. I hate that it doesn't let me see that.
Hey, let's go over the lineup while you're looking at. Let's talk about these
Shoot, it doesn't.
lineup for tonight's race. As we've got Daniel Fockingham on the pole, Chad Coleman to his outside. Row 2 is Tommy Ryan and Jimmy Coleman. Row 3, it's Glenn Campbell and E.J. O'Rourke. Row 5, it's Jose Gonzalez and Richard Swavely. Row 6, Derek A. Myers and Brian A. Macklin. Row 7 is Chris James and Mike Montesi. Row 8, Jeff Ryan and Ron Holyfield. Row 9, it's Mark Favorette and James how do you pronounce this guy's name? Sambake. All right, 17th and 18th, it's going to be Paul Crumry and Doug Sigmund. I was doing so well. Mikey Kelly and Scott Sibley in the lineup.
Mike Kelly. Oh God!
I do that just to mess with him.
21st will be Jeff Hollingsworth. 22nd, Richard Beasley. 23rd, Bentley Glazier. 24th, Charles Woods. 25th, Doug Roth. 26th, Joey Gattina. 27th, Randy Yoakum. 28th, Kevin England. Rounding up the field in 29th will be Dustin German. Or it might be Germain. You can never tell.
Yeah, I know.
You can never tell with that one because that one can be pronounced so much differently than it looks. But off of turn 4, for the final time at this classic Atlanta layout with the Xfinity cars here in Ghost Fire Media, we go green here in the Sharue Diecast Premier Series.
You have to go green flag racing as Daniel Fockingham down low. He'll take the inside groove and head off and lead by 1, 2, 3 car lengths over the 38 of Chad Coleman and then the 99 and Tommy Ryan. Like there was actually Tommy Ryan has jumped into that second position and left the Coleman and the Glenn Campbell car, I believe that's right there, are back there fighting for that. And lap number 1 will go to Daniel Fockingham.
Yeah, Daniel Fockingham leads them across the line there, but the battles begin here for second on back. Tommy Ryan, he's defending against E.J. O'Rourke, Jimmy, and Chad Coleman as the Colemans, not related, inside and outside of each other down the backstretch. Here they come, ladies and gentlemen. They are trying to get side by side, but they single file out. But right behind them, Derek Myers in the 33 looks to the inside of the number 44 of Glenn Campbell. Glenn Campbell will get a good run on the exit and be able to put his car on the outside of Chad Coleman as they cross the start-finish line here to complete lap number 2. We move a little bit further back and we see Richard Swavely defending from Chris James and Mike Montesi.
Yeah, good battle there. 3 cars battling for that same position. At 32, Swavely trying to hold off the challengers on the inside and the outside. He's going to pull the bottom of the track and the field will line up nose to tail to try to get around him as the 98 gets around him. And Swavely will drop to the bottom of the track, and here comes a whole mess of cars behind him. And one car is in the wall. That's the number 3 back there.
And Jeff Ryan tapped the wall in the exit of 4. It looked like him and Ron Holyfield almost came together, but they didn't. They were able to save it. But look at this gaggle of vehicles here through 1 and 2. They're all over each other, Randy. They have nowhere to go. They're all nice and tight, tucked in there. And I'll tell you what, that's one of those moments where the pucker factor starts to come in real hard, and you don't know what's going on.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that. You know, there's we've got the number 2 back there. We see him moving around back there. Mike Kelly looking to try to find some positions to make his way up to the front. We imagine he'll probably be running up in the front position. If nothing, gets in his way, he should be up there probably by I'm going to say lap 35.
What we just saw right there from the 97 of Jeff Hollingsworth, you are going to see plenty of times tonight. He got a huge run on the exit of 2 being in the draft with these cars. And he had nowhere to go, though, because there was a car on the outside in the 15 of Paul Crumry, and there was a car to the inside in Mark Fravert on the backstretch there. He had nowhere to go to be able to take that run. He had to get out of the throttle, and now the momentum that you lose here at Atlanta being almost flat out all the way around the racetrack, when you have to get off the throttle, just like the 37 did there, here he goes to the inside. Now Jeff Hollingsworth will take a little bit of opportunity there to get past Dustin Germain in the number 37. He's going to slide to the outside. The 68 loose in front of him. He's coming back up across the racetrack. He's going to lose 2-3 spots. He's a sitting duck right there. But you're going to see that so much coming out of these corners, that big run of momentum. Once you get off the throttle, it takes about a lap and a half to get that momentum back just because of the package that's on these Xfinity cars.
Yeah, it's a tough car to drive, no doubt about it. You really got to be on your toes, trying to get around the track in this car. You're getting a little bit of draft, but you're also trying to control the car from going sideways around the whole track all the time. You can see that if you watch these drivers in some of our cams, you're watching their hands going back and forth against the wheel, just trying to keep it straight. Here we go. Great camera action here. See the wheel going back and forth. You can see that, just trying to fight the car, even down the straights. You get in the turn, you're going to see that wheel's going to go back and forth, pulls all the way back, all the way. You can see how much they're turning it.
See how much he's having to fight to the right there on the exit of the corner. You get that little bit of grip that you get in the center of the corner, but on the exit here at Atlanta, because it's so worn out, it starts to kick the rear end around because you're starting to over-rotate. And as soon as that happens, you're either turning back to the right just a little bit, or you're going around and you're going to be the first caution of the evening. And nobody wants to be the first guy out of this race.
No, and we've gone 9 laps so far, and it's been all green flag racing, and that's the one thing we want to see.
Here comes E.J. O'Rourke. He started back in 5th, and he has moved very quickly up to the front of this racetrack. He is the fastest car on the track right now. He's faster than Daniel Falkenham. We saw this at the 1.5 miles earlier this year in these cars, that E.J. O'Rourke was the guy to challenge Daniel Falkenham a majority of the time, and especially when he started up near the front. And it's the same thing, different racetrack right here. E.J. O'Rourke has found his groove, and he's on his way towards the front, trying to pass the number 39.
But the one thing we've seen in the past of E.J. O'Rourke, he's fast, but he doesn't conserve his stuff as well as Daniel Falkingham does. He'll run those tires until the bottom drops out of that car, and he'll fall back.
Here he comes now to the inside on the exit of 2. He's not going to be able to get there. Daniel Falkenham rode the wall there on the exit of 2, was able to make that stick. Behind him, though, Brian Macklin to the inside of Glenn Campbell. Brian Macklin earlier this year as well, we saw in 1.5 miles. He was really fast. Coming into Atlanta here tonight, a way to end the season for Brian Macklin would be getting that second win. He wants that momentum going into the Trans-Service Truck Series, and if you can get momentum going into it in a few weeks at Daytona, anything can happen if you win Daytona. I mean, you then have that momentum early on in the year. You want to end the Winter Series on a good note. You want to start the regular season on a good note as well, so to end tonight with a good run for any of these guys is going to be key, especially the ones that struggled throughout the Winter Series. I mean, Jimmy Coleman has come on here at the end of the year. Tommy Ryan has come back into his groove here at the end of the year. Brian Macklin seems to be coming back into his groove. Him and Glenn Campbell, they have millimeters between them on the exit of 4 that time. They have lap traffic on the inside down the front stretch now, but they're going to continue to battle. But, Randy, that momentum's going to be key going into the regular season.
Absolutely. You can see Macklin's working that outside groove, and the reason he's doing that, he's saving his tires. The higher the track, the less turn you have to go on those tires, and he's saving his momentum on that top groove, and he does get around the rhinestone cowboy of Glenn Campbell, and he's taking that American Lung Association car around him in that 5th position. So good run so far for Macklin as he sets his sight on Ryan now in that number 99.
Yeah, we'll give you a lap on around the racetrack here at Brian Macklin. You'll just hear how much you're on and off the throttle 14 laps in as these tires start to wear down a little bit. I mean, at the beginning of the race, you are 100% on throttle more than you're not. But here in these corners, as the run goes along, you can just hear how much those tires are working, how hard they're working to get around this racetrack, and you continue to have to use more and more of that tire, and you get off the throttle more, and your lap times drop. We're already almost a second slower than we were at the start of this race, and those guys down on that white line right now are going to be a heck of a lot slower as we continue to go through the race.
Yeah, that bottom line is not going to be your friend for long. As you see, the 2 leaders actually were running that upper part of the track. Now they're on the lower part now, but they were all the way against the wall at one point as we looked out the front windshield of the number 30 of Macklin. For that. Yeah. But Falkingham now is getting a little breathing room.
He's getting a little bit, not much.
Yeah.
He's still just as fast. I mean, EJ O'Rourke is just as fast to him. They're running the same lap times. But it seems like EJ O'Rourke is doing the smart thing. He's mimicking the leader. Wherever Daniel Falkingham goes right now, that's where EJ goes. So if Daniel's using up more tire running the inside line, EJ's using up the same amount of tire staying with him. He gets loose on the exit of 4 there, big time. Going to lose about 1/10 of a second maybe there, maybe a 1/2 tenth. He was about 0.03 of a second down that time on Daniel Falkingham. He probably lost all that in turn 4, but you can see now the distance that he lost going to the outside lane, but he is going to be a slingshot down the backstretch. He's going to gain all that time back plus some because Falkingham went to the bottom, and then he's going to just go back right into mimicking Daniel Falkingham on that inside line.
That's what he needs to do to keep up with Daniel Falkingham. If you look behind him, Coleman and Ryan now have actually looked like they may be gaining on the 2 leaders.
I think they might be. They're just a little bit faster right now than EJ O'Rourke and Daniel Falkingham. It seems like, the tires are starting to level out. You see the battle between Coleman and Ryan beginning right there down the backstretch, side by side, even going into 3 and 4. And it looks like Tommy Ryan's going to continue to hold that spot, but for how long is the question. We have a lap down car up around the outside wall there. That is the 03 of James Sombach. He has brand new tires, but he's making sure he doesn't get involved with the leaders. Has some serious right rear damage that he got on early in the race, so we'll keep an eye on that. But he is making sure he stays out of everybody's way, so it's not going to be an issue at the moment. But it's just one of those things to think about. But we'll see how long Tommy Ryan can stay in third. And ladies and gentlemen, 20 laps in, we're going to take our first set of commercial breaks here tonight, and we'll be back in about 60 seconds here in the Ghostfire Media Network.
The AOLL began online racing in the mid-1990s with Papyrus's NASCAR racing still going strong 27 years later on the iRacing platform. The TNT Series races on Thursday night, running the ARCA Chevy cars for drivers looking to learn and have fun. The Cup Series races on Sunday nights, featuring league veterans and Class A licensed drivers. The Sportsman Division races on Wednesday nights, running the Gander Outdoor Trucks with drivers from the Cup and TNT Series. You can catch all of the AOLL racing action right here on Ghostfire Media.
Back here at Atlanta with our leader, Daniel Falkingham, leading by just barely almost a second over EJ O'Rourke. And O'Rourke now is running a different line than our leaders. He's not mimicking him as he was before. You seeing that?
I am. I'm seeing EJ O'Rourke begin to change his line around the racetrack just a little bit. He's decided to try that upper lane. Maybe save a little bit of that tire, but you're seeing Daniel Faulkenham use the inside lane. So EJ, if he goes up a little higher on the racetrack, he's going to get that massive run down the front and or backstretch and be able to make his way onto the inside. But the problem is when he gets to the inside, Daniel just uses the outside, and then he's just able to fly back by him on the exit of the corner. And he's not able to make that move stick. So every time he gets to Daniel Faulkenham plays the extremely defensive game and says, no, 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 you can catch me, but you're not going to pass me.
Absolutely.
But look
I
who's
really
coming.
wish he.
Oh, we got a car in the wall, car in the wall. James Sombeek in the wall. This might cause a caution here. In the wall, right behind the leaders. We're still green. The green flag is still out. He's slow up on the outside. He's getting his speed back here.
Wow.
Right behind the leaders. That was right in front of Jimmy Coleman. And now is a stack up going into one because of it. And the 0-3 is up out of the way now. We'll keep an eye on him for maybe a half a lap, see if he's able to turn that thing down left on the backstretch or in the corner to get out of the way. Right now would be the time, and he turns hard left. He's going to come down and get that car fixed. Maybe he's going to park it for the evening. Who knows, depending on the amount of damage. But he is out of the way. We're going to stay green here. We're going to join back with the battles we were watching. Here comes Brian Macklin in the number 30. He sits currently in 4th. He started back in 10th, and he is moving.
Macklin was the one we were talking about earlier about running that outside line that nobody else was running to conserve those tires. And that seems to be paying off.
It does.
From what I can tell.
It does. It seems like he's one of those guys that saved enough tire here late into the run that he has enough speed. He's about, I'd say, 0.2 of a second faster than Daniel Faulkenham right now. The only problem is it's the same thing that EJ O'Rourke is facing right now. When he gets to Tommy Ryan, Tommy just runs the wall. And it's so hard to pass down on the bottom of this racetrack. It's part of the reason why they reconfigured Atlanta. They wanted to give you more opportunities to pass, because once you started getting 2 people, there was no place to pass at Atlanta. It was always you had to wait for the guy to go to the inside and then just send it on the outside and hope it stuck. What we're going to see, hopefully, at the new Atlanta is something totally different than this, where everybody can send it where they want to, and then we'll just see who gets it to stick.
Yeah, I can't wait for that race.
Oh, it's going to be a little super speedway. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yep, it's going to be a lot of fun. Cannot wait for it.
And I think the drivers, after they've seen it now and they tested on it, I think they're a little bit more excited about it. They were a little bit angry when they decided to repave it because nobody asked any questions. But once you saw the finished product, it looks like it's going to be a fun race. It just looks like it's going to be entertaining. Speaking of entertainment, we have some battles going on.
Yeah, Macklin right there with Tommy Ryan's a good battle for sure.
Macklin and Ryan is a good battle. We've got a bunch of battles throughout the field, but we've also got a lot of single file throughout the field. So because of that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to run you through the field really quick. We haven't done that here in the Sim500 Sharue Diecast Premier Xfinity Series. But Daniel Faulkenham, there he is, your leader. In second place, you have EJ O'Rourke. In third place, you have Tommy Ryan, currently battling Brian Macklin in 4th. Jimmy Coleman sitting in 5th. Back in 6th, you have his non-related Chad Coleman. Going to say that because I know when we started this, I always called them brothers.
Yeah.
Glenn Campbell's fallen back from starting in 5th to be sitting in 7th right now. Derek Myers up 1 from 9th to 8th. Chris James up 2 spots from starting in 11th to be sitting 9th right now. Mike Kelly back in 10th. Bentley Glazier back in 11th currently. A great rebound for him after starting all the way back in 23rd. Richard Swaverly has fallen back from 8th to 12th so far to start the evening. In 13th, you have Justin German. Back in 14th, you have Mike Montesi. 15th, Ron Holyfield, the champion of the world. In 16th, Scott Simley. 17th, Jeff Hollingsworth. 18th, Richard Beasley. In the number 10, very bright Tide Ride. Brings me back to the good old days of Darrell Waltrip. In 19th, you have Paul Crumry. In 20th, you have Randy Yoakum. 21st, Jeff Ryan. 22nd, Joey Gattina, who started 26th. He's struggling tonight, sitting back there right now in 22nd. In 23rd, Charles Woods. 24th, Kevin England. 25th, Doug Sigmund. 26th, going to be Jose Gonzalez, who I believe is at least 1 lap down. And then our 2 drivers who are out of the race currently, or 1 driver who's out of the, no, 2 drivers currently out of the race. Mark Fravert and James Sombaki, 27th and 28th. And then Doug Ralph never started a lap tonight, so he is back in 29th.
And who drove that number 10 Tide machine in NASCAR. Remember who that
Well,
was?
let's see. There's been a few of them. There's been a few of them.
Yeah, but who drove the 10?
The 10?
Yes.
Well, Daryl was the. What the hell was Daryl?
You know, Daryl was the 17.
Daryl was the 17. The 10. I know the 39 was Ricky Craven. The 10 was Ricky Rudd.
32.
32. 32 was Ricky Craven. The 10 was Ricky Rudd.
Ricky Rudd, exactly.
And I think it was for Joe Gibbs, wasn't it?
No.
I thought Joe Gibbs had the 10 at one. No, he's always had the 18. He's had that since he started. Then when he hired Tony from IndyCars, he took the 20. And then he brought in the 19 with Truex, obviously, and then what was it? At one point the 11 came in with Jason Leffler, and then Jason Leffler lasted like 6 races, and Denny took over.
And you missed one guy there.
What? Bobby Labonte in the 18.
No. Who was before
Dale Jarrett.
Bobby LeBlanc? Dale
Jarrett started it all. He started it all.
Yeah.
He went there.
Dale
he was
Jarrett
with him from the start. He won. I think he won a Daytona 500 with him, didn't he?
He did.
He did.
Absolutely.
He won a
And
Daytona
championship.
500, the Interstate Batteries car, way back then.
Yes.
No. Yes, it was.
NFL
He was the one who brought
Interstate
Interstate,
Batteries.
and then he went from there.
Yeah.
He went to Yates, and he brought in. He had the 88.
UPS.
No, it wasn't UPS at first. It was. Oh God! It was a shaving cream company. I can't remember the name of the shaving cream company.
Oh, not Gillette.
No, it wasn't Gillette. It was the red and white one. The red, white, and blue one. It has the cool little design. It looks like a Tide design on the Barbasol. Wasn't it? No, it was Quick Care.
Yeah.
Quick Care.
That was it. That was the Xfinity car, or that wasn't the Cup car.
Hold on. No, there was an. Hold on. There was Dale Jarrett. I'm Googling this, folks. Give me a second.
All right, go ahead.
Dale
You can
Jarrett.
try.
Let's see. It was the Ford Credit Quality Care Service Machine.
Yeah, that's it.
It
That's
looked like a
exactly.
Barbasol car.
Well, he did run a Barbasol car.
He did run a Barbasol car, but
it
it wasn't in the Cup Series.
No,
It was the
Busch
Quality
Series.
Care Thunderbird. I remember
Yeah.
this now. Okay.
Yes.
It took me a minute. The Barbasol car was a car, but it was in the Xfinity Series.
Yeah, and it was a car that he did run, but
He
it
did.
was. Yeah, it was. In the
That's
Busch
why.
Series.
That's why I thought about it.
And
But
what number was that car?
I don't remember. To be quite
32.
honest, I don't remember. 32. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 32.
There's only a few of them that I know from way back then, of like the guys who were huge in Cup when I was a kid. From the Xfinity Series, I'm like a huge Cup nerd, but I'm not an Xfinity nerd. I don't know much about the Busch Series.
Probably don't even know who Rob Moroso was either.
Don't know who that is.
Yeah.
I remember who Jeff Gordon drove for. I remember what car he drove. I can't remember the guy's name, but I remember he drove the one Baby Ruth car. I remember that. It was a
did, for
Ford.
Bill Davis.
And then he almost went to the Cup Series with Bill Davis, and he almost drove the Caterpillar car.
Yep.
But
and he
instead,
ran actually the Outback car too.
He did. He ended up running one race, I think, for Bill Davis in the Cup Series. I think.
I don't believe so.
I think he did. He ran a Cup Series race that wasn't with Hendricks, I believe. I might be wrong.
I don't.
I have to
remember
look.
that. I really don't.
I honestly don't remember. There's so much about Jeff Gordon to remember. I mean, between all the championships and everything else that the man did in his career, he's just so memorable. But there's so many things that you will end up forgetting. But let me see.
Doesn't even look like the same person anymore.
No, you know what? I know what. He didn't run it for. He didn't. He had just a different looking. Hold on.
As he's looking that up, Daniel Fogham still continues the lead over Jimmy. Who's it? Ryan? Yeah, Ryan is running second.
No, you're right.
And
I'm
O'Rourke
wrong.
has followed to third.
I'm wrong. Jeff Gordon ran every single race in his career for Hendrick Motorsports.
I
He
knew
almost signed for Jack Roush.
Yes, Jack Roush.
Almost signed for Jack Roush. Jack Roush wanted him. Didn't want Ray Evernham. That was a deal breaker.
That's stupid.
I don't think it was stupid because, I mean, Ray Evernham was probably one of the best crew chiefs in NASCAR in the 90s. And probably the early 2000s. I mean, Bill Elliott didn't win with Evernham cars because he was lucky. He won because the guy making the cars was smart.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. 1-2 punch.
It was a heck of a 1-2 punch. Tommy Ryan has taken second place away from E.J. O'Rourke. Those tires starting to fall off the number 41 Chevrolet. Looks like he's actually about to lose a spot. Looks like Brian Macklin came in, got 4 tires and fuel. Looks like about 10 cars so far have gotten 4 tires. Brian Macklin was the highest driver in the field to pit so far. We'll keep an eye on the rest of those drivers as they come down pit lane. It'll flash on the bottom of your screen right there above the iRacing logo. It'll be a nice little gray bar. It'll tell you who's in pit lane, and we'll pick up on the leaders as they start to enter pit lane. But we just have to thank our sponsor, our title sponsor for 2022. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I was just confirming we have some guests.
We do?
Yes, we have some guests after the race. We're going to have some guests.
Oh, good. I like guests. Are they bringing cookies?
I don't think they're bringing cookies, but we will have guests after the race. But we just want to say one more time, we don't know how many times we're going to get to read this out now. But we have had a fantastic time this year being able to cover this series, especially with Sharue Diecast. So Sharue Diecast, it's your one-stop specialty shop for you and all your diecast desires. Rare and hard-to-find items are available at Sharue today for shipping soon. Surprise the diecast enthusiasts in your life with a rare find or treat yourself to something unique. There's never a time to not go buy yourself a diecast. Ladies and gentlemen, diecasts only improve in value. That is a scientific fact, not backed by Ghostfire Media or our legal team. Located in the heart of West Texas, Sharue Diecast is positioned to offer excellent deals on shipping. From border to border, coast to coast, north to south, east to west, doesn't matter. You live in Boston, you live in LA, you live in Florida. They're going to give you the best deal they can find on shipping. And those items will arrive in as good a condition as USPS, FedEx, or whatever they choose to ship them in brings you. But I guarantee you they probably have some sort of shipper's insurance because everybody does. Pre-orders are available at no cost to you until the goods arrive, and you can visit SharueDiecast.com. That is SharueDiecast.com today to begin, continue, or create a special feeling for somebody in their lives, or help a child learn about diecasts today. I think that was I think that was the best one of the season, and it's probably the last one. Gotta save the best for last.
Yeah, absolutely.
So far, though, none of our top 10 have come in for pit stops other than Brian Macklin. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on what happens with Brian Macklin as he starts to move through the field, as he's pacing the field at 2 seconds a lap right now over the leaders. So Brian Macklin, who at the time of pitting was sitting in 4th, may end up taking this. Actually, I'm not going to say may. He will end up taking the lead. It depends just on how much.
And we're lap 44 into the race.
I think these guys are trying to split it evenly.
Is Daniel pitting?
No, it doesn't look like he's pitting this lap. I think they're going to all try to make it to 50. I think Macklin is expecting a caution at some point, so he pitted early to try to get out in front of it. But I think a lot of these guys right now, what they're doing is they're just trying to make it to lap 50. Split this in half, go the distance on one pit stop. But if a caution comes out, right now if a caution comes out for Brian Macklin, it's race over. It's game over. It's unfortunate. It's just done. But if he can get the lead and then a caution comes out, he might be in a little bit better shape. Or if he can get the lead, he can lap some of these guys while they're pitting, and then we get the caution. It will definitely give him the ability to move a little bit further forward with that lead. So we'll keep an eye on that. The battle for 4th is heating up. Derek Myers and E.J. O'Rourke. Looks like Derek was able to get by E.J. E.J. on really old tires that he just is not. He's just not friends with those tires right now. Falling back from being right on Falkenham's tail to all the way back to 5th spot.
Yeah, I was watching him there, and his tires are definitely gone. He's having a whale of a time, as they say at SeaWorld, trying to hold on to that car.
Idea here on the difference in the speed between E.J. O'Rourke, because he is way slower on the track than everybody else in the corners. Let's see. So he is getting all the way down to about 142 before he gets in the throttle through 1 and 2. And then let's see what he gets in 3 and 4, and then we'll compare it to Daniel Falkenham. So in 3 and 4, it's 144, but he's on the white line. And now let's compare that to Daniel Falkenham in the same corner. So in 1 and 2, Daniel is down to 148 and running the same line. So Daniel saved some more tire than EJ so far, and we'll see the difference in 3 and 4. This is why EJ's fallen back, folks. It's the difference in those tires, right? It's a major difference in those tires, clearly, is now we're running the same line pretty much, and he's 3 miles an hour faster in 3 and 4 as well. So that'll tell you exactly why he's having those issues that he's having.
And we talked about that earlier. I said that he's really fast, and he'll keep up there for a while, but eventually those tires will go away because they'll burn them up. And that's exactly what he has done. And Daniel Falkingham has done what he always does. He
Mike
can serve,
Montesi,
but
Jeff
he's still fast.
Hollingsworth, and Mike Montesi, Ron Holyfield have both entered the pits, so keep an eye on those two drivers.
I wonder if Holyfield has both his ears.
I don't know. Did he fight Tyson in the 90s?
Well, it was Holyfield that actually that got his ears bit the first time, so that's why I said that. So.
No, that's why I made the joke.
I know.
Oh, are you telling for our younger viewers who don't know who Mike Tyson and Ron? Okay,
exactly.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
No, you mean Mike Tyson, the guy that's the actor?
Yeah, you mean the WWE superstar Mike Tyson, the guy in the 90s who helped Shawn Michaels win the championship? That guy? Oh no, not him. He wasn't a boxer, was he? No, he was the double heavyweight champion of the world. He was undefeated, folks, for a long time.
Exactly.
Only a couple people could beat Mike Tyson, and none of them existed for a long, long, long time.
Yes, absolutely.
I'd love to see Mike Tyson.
All right, here's one for you. Great trivia question for you out there, folks. Who was the first person that Mike Tyson defeated for the championship? Without looking it up on Google.
Are you asking me?
I'm asking everybody.
Iron Mike Tyson beat Trevor Burbick.
Exactly. Very good.
Yeah.
Did you look that up?
No, I didn't look it up. I think it was a knockout. Most of them were knockouts. And it was what, the mid 80s? He fought for a long time.
Yeah, he did.
He fought for a extremely long time. But he was undisputed champion of the world for a really long time. I think 5 years he was the undisputed champion, maybe?
Yeah, at least, yeah.
It was
lucky
crazy.
enough to see him fight. I was lucky enough to actually see him fight twice.
He won like 47 or 48 matches. It might have been more than that.
It's somewhere around that number. I'm not really sure exactly, but it's around that number for sure.
He lost. I think he lost more wives than he lost fights.
And tigers.
I really do. I think he lost more wives and tigers than he lost fights. And court cases. I think he lost all 3 of those more than he lost fights. But
yeah. Not a good choice in women for it.
he was a great boxer. He was a great role model in the ring until he bit somebody's ear off. But after that, he found out he didn't make very good decisions.
He just made decisions.
Listen. You can't talk about my wife, okay? I'll beat you up.
Don't talk about my wife, because my wife.
Don't cancel us, please. We're just having fun.
We're having a lot of fun.
He didn't always talk like that. He talked like that after he got punched in the mouth and he almost bit his tongue off. That's his own fault. Should have wore a mouthpiece.
Yeah, absolutely. 55
laps.
There you go. Can you believe that? 55 laps.
I mean, it's going by
like, was still out there.
Well, not just 55 laps. 55 laps of caution-free at Old Atlanta. Old Atlanta is historically busy.
Yep, not tonight. Business has not picked up at all. It's all been Falkingham running away by 4.63 seconds now over Ryan. And now it's Myers. Oh wait, here comes Falkingham.
Here he comes. Did he get slowed down enough though? We've seen that happen earlier this year to Mike Kelly when he had an opportunity to win a race. Keep an eye on Daniel Falkingham here. If he sits in his pit stall more than 17 seconds, you'll know he got a penalty. Keep an eye on that. Derek Myers takes the lead. Tommy Ryan assumes second position. Let's see. Tires are going to come down, and when the jack drops on the left side, if he's not gone then, And you'll know he got a penalty. Let's see. No penalty. No penalty
Wow.
for the leader. He got it slowed down
Unbelievable.
just enough. Nice moves on his part.
They must have gave him those next-gen.
But look at the
Break.
difference between Macklin and Falkingham. But there's two key problems now for Brian Macklin. He pitted 30 laps ago almost. Those tires are shot. He's 20 seconds ahead of Daniel Falkingham, but his tires are dead. The only thing he can hope is the only thing he can hope for right now is a caution. Catch half of this field a lap down. There'll be 9 to 10 cars on the lead lap. It'll be all Brian Macklin versus those guys up front. And right now, the 9 guys that are on the lead lap, 3 or 4 guys of that 9 actually have a shot at this win.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be interesting.
Ryan definitely has a chance. Well, Falkingham, we know that. O'Rourke, even Campbell.
Yeah, there'd be 4 or 5 guys if the caution came out right. Well, now they're starting to unlap themselves as drivers pit. So he needs he needs to pit the caution if it comes to come out now, as Brian Macklin now assumes the lead. So now Brian Macklin is in control of this. So the amount of drivers he keeps a lap down are all based on what he can do. So if he can keep himself ahead of the 3 who's on his way, who has 20 lap newer tires than him, it's going to be a problem for him. So I think the strategy for Brian Macklin was hope for a caution, and it's not going to come.
No, it's not. You see Gonzalez is going to catch him here in just a second and assume the lead in that number 26.
I don't think Jose Gonzalez is pitting now. He had not pitted yet.
Ah.
So he was able to last 60 laps. That's crazy.
That is pretty crazy. So we'll look, Falkingham now is roughly 16 seconds back behind him.
Well, that was close. Going off into 3 between Macklin and Holyfield. I thought we were about to see Tyson versus Holyfield again. This time it was going to be Brian Macklin in the I'm going to bite your ear off contest. That would have been ugly. They almost touched going off into that corner. That would have been really, really ugly.
I don't think Macklin would have been very happy.
No. But folks, we're going to take one final commercial break here on the Winter Series. Sharue Diecast Premier Xfinity Series comes right back at you. You're not going to miss a second of the action as we go side by side here on the Ghostfire Media Network.
Hi, I'm Randy from the Guitar Attic. Can we be serious for a second? Are you tired of being a loser? Can't do anything right? Feel like everyone's coming down on you all the time? Well, there's a way out. Hi, I'm Randy from the Guitar Attic. Can we be... Hi, I'm Randy.
The AOLL began online racing in the mid-1990s, with Papyrus's NASCAR racing still going strong 27 years later. On the iRacing platform, the TNT Series races on Thursday night, running the ARCA Chevy cars for drivers looking to learn and have fun. The Cup Series races on Sunday nights, featuring league veterans and Class A licensed drivers. The Sportsman Division races on Wednesday nights, running the Gander Outdoor trucks with drivers from the Cup and TNT Series. You can catch all of the AOLL racing action right here on Ghostfire Media.
Well, welcome back to the Ghostfire Media Network broadcast of the Sharue Diecast Premier... What? All right, I just got a thing in my headset here. Came across here. It's kind of funny, folks. I can't repeat it, but it was actually kind of funny. We're watching this battle here. We've got Macklin out front by 10 seconds, and we're trying to see how long it's going to take Falkingham to run him down. We're 64 laps into 100 laps of this race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Just outside of Atlanta, this track actually is. It's still in Cobb County, but it is on the outskirts of Atlanta. If you've ever been out here, a great track to see a race. We're getting to see this track the way it was. If you've been living under a rock, this track does not look like this anymore. And in a couple of weeks, you'll get to see what the track actually looks like. He is running him down 8 seconds now, right behind Macklin. Well, not right behind him, but 8 seconds. It's going to be probably, I'm going to say probably 4 laps. We're going to see Falkingham right behind Macklin. Macklin's tires have gone away. We can see that by watching him run around the track. We're just watching this Falkingham 39 trying to run him down. That time it's only less than 7 seconds. Well, it's just about 7 seconds. It won't be much more than that soon. So, if you're just joining us, it's been a good night here at Atlanta Motor Speedway with Daniel Falkingham pretty much leading most of the race as he's done. Actually, right now, he took the lead. I guess Macklin has jumped into the pits as he had pitted a long ways back, way earlier than anybody else. So Falkingham has now resumed his position at the head of the table. It's him and Jermaine. Actually, James now has taken over the second position. O'Rourke is third. Jermaine is in that fourth position. And Campbell runs fifth, and Glazer is sixth. Mike Kelly has made his way all the way from the very back of the pack all the way up to eighth. He just got passed by Jimmy Coleman. As the field makes their way around the track right now, got a good battle there with O'Rourke. O'Rourke down on the bottom of the track as the 98 is working that outside groove, trying to get around him, and he will get around him. That Monster Energy number 98, good looking car for sure. A really good looking car. Are we back now?
Yes, I'm
All
back.
Right. Welcome back. It's Nick Adams, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Adams is in the house once again.
Yeah, I had left the building for a minute. I am back.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I forgot my hard card. I had to go get it out of my car. They were going to throw me out.
Well, you know what? If you go to Homestead, you're lucky if you are able to get out of the area without someone stealing it.
What, my hard card?
Yeah. I will tell you a story. We were down in Homestead, Ford Championship Racing, when they used to have it down in Homestead.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And a couple guys from a team, I'm not going to say anything about what team it was, but decided to go to Longhorn Steakhouse. And they left their bags inside the car. And somebody broke into the car and stole all their stuff, including all their hard cards.
Yeah, so the way it works when you're the trash provider for one of the tracks is you get hard cards.
Mm-hmm.
The company gets hard cards, and you're given a hard card with all of your information on it for the weekend if you're working the race. And you don't have to stop for anybody. There's nobody who can tell you can't go anywhere. All you have to do is just make sure the hard card is around your neck or in your hand, and you are good. We had a driver one day. He went into the middle of the infield at New Hampshire to clean up. He accidentally threw his hard card away and crushed it and didn't know about it. No. He was trying to exit the track. They wouldn't let him exit the track because he didn't have his hard card. Mm-hmm.
Trying to exit the track.
Trying to not like exit the racetrack, but exit the infield to go back up to where the campers are to clean up there. And they wouldn't let him exit the track because he didn't have a hard card. Somebody had to come down with their hard card to get him and the truck out.
I've never had a problem going out of the track. It's
well, so you're not leaving the track. What you're doing is you're going from the track to another area of the race, like of this of the race area that's like a VIP only, because that's like where the drivers were camping. So you have to have your hard card to get in there.
Right.
And he didn't have his hard card to leave the area to go into that area, so they were like, "No, you can't move the truck." We're like, "Well, that's a $350,000 piece of equipment. We need to move that piece of equipment." They were like, "Well, you better find your $3 hard card then."
Oh, no.
Yep. So that was interesting. $3 worth of hard card almost stopped $350,000 worth of equipment doing its work for the weekend.
Gosh. Unbelievable.
We made sure that system got changed.
I'm sure you did.
We made sure that when you're in the truck, you put the hard card on the dashboard so you don't throw it away.
Well, the NASCAR guys, the ones that they have their hard cards, They're good for every single race. Luckily, whoever stole those drivers' cards only had one race left.
Well, yeah, because they get them at Daytona and they go for
stuff.
all 36, 38, whatever it is
exactly.
now.
Yep.
They go for all 38 of them. It's kind of like the Formula One driver passes or the Formula One team passes. When you get one of those, you get to go into every racetrack across the world that's an FIA racetrack for free because you are working.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a big thing when those get lost. Like I went to COTA one time to go to like a Formula One race, and I had like VIP passes to go inside. Don't ask me why I bought VIP passes. They cost way too much. I'll never do it again. But I walked in, and as I was trying to go out to go to my car for something, they put the whole place on lockdown because one of the drivers lost their VIP like hard card pass, and they were like, nobody exits or leaves until we find that pass. Needless to say, the track was locked down for 3.5 hours before they found that pass. They take that seriously in F1. I couldn't believe how seriously they took that. Like in NASCAR, they just make you get a new one.
Yeah.
In Formula One, they're like, nobody leaves, nobody comes in until we find that card. Because it's not just the racetracks they're going to. It's all the FIA racetracks because they use those to go to like team events. So it's like 120 racetracks around the world or something that are FIA accredited that you can get into with that one card for an entire year. So it's a pretty big thing. It's like $1 million card if you lose it.
You know, I'm actually impressed by the 98 of James.
Oh, Bentley Glazier in 7th. Did you see him?
I saw that.
He was. That's a big time squirrely Lucy.
Yeah, loosey-goosey. He's doing the same thing as O'Rourke was doing earlier tonight. Mike Kelly, I've talked about him a lot. Finally moving towards the front. Taking a little longer than I thought it would, but he's running up there in the 8th position. He started way in the back of the pack. And that number 2.
I'll tell you, he has continued to do what he has done all season. That's the reason he's going to finish second in points. He hasn't always had the best races this year. Sometimes he's been far from the best driver on the racetrack, but he's been consistent enough to get himself there.
Yeah.
And it's
Glazer, I mean, yeah, he started 23rd. He's running 7th.
These guys are consistently great. And I love watching these guys race because they continuously put in the work to get better. And to go from starting 19th because if he had some sort of technical issue is all I can assume. Because he's fine now. Him and Scott Simley have both come up through the field, starting 19th and 20th, are now up in 8th and 10th, and they're inside the top 10 now. And here comes Mike Kelly. He's going to pass Bentley Glazier pretty easily, might I add, on the exit of the corner. And he's going to slide himself up into the top 8 and continue to move forward. I see a top 5 finish, maybe, depending on how quick he can get through the field, a top 3 or 4 finish for Mike Kelly in the number 2.
And would we be surprised at that?
No, I wouldn't be surprised at that at all. No. And I also wouldn't be surprised when we start the Trans-Service Truck Series in 2 weeks or 3 weeks on March the 30th that he is one of those guys throughout the entirety of those 27 races. That is a guy who's consistently going to be competing for wins because I just feel like he's so confident and he's so consistent with what he does that there's no reason that he wouldn't be able to get up into that level of competition. Yeah. So a couple of drivers we can confirm for you that we were questioning earlier if they're going to be here for the Trans-Service Truck Series. Yes, you're going to see Justin Fuller. He is registered. You're also going to see... That can't be right. Hold on. I got to make sure that's right before I say it.
What are you seeing there?
I see Adam Gilliland.
Adam Gilliland?
Adam Gilliland. If it's the Adam Gilliland I'm thinking of, that's going to be awesome. Trey Edison will also be in there, or it might be Idison, because it's E-I. I have to make sure I'm not saying it wrong. Obviously, we'll have Jeff Hollingsworth back, Jared Livingston, Kevin DeBrown, the guys we saw this year as well, like Daniel Falkenham, Chad Coleman, Richard Swaverly, they're all going to be in there. Brian Macklin, Jeff Ryan, some new names we haven't talked about. It's going to be absolutely intense, exciting. I, for one, wish March the 30th would get here quicker.
Yeah, we haven't seen Kevin DeBrown in a long time. That's surprising because he was strong. He was very strong. So it'd be good to see him once again.
I want to confirm with somebody really quick.
Are you thinking that Gillen will not be here, or you?
No, I just want to make sure it's the Adam Gilliland I'm thinking of before I talk him up.
Oh, okay. Lap 84 in the books.
Now I'm curious. So this is when my curiosity gets me in trouble.
16 laps remaining. Falkingham still leads the field. E.J. O'Rourke is running second. James is running third. Good run by James tonight, definitely. Ryan runs fourth. Fifth is Myers. Sixth is Coleman. Rhinestone Cowboy is running in the seventh position. That's Mr. Glenn Campbell. Eighth, still Mike Kelly. Excuse me, Mike. I love messing with you, dude. But
he's going to smack you.
He's got to find me first. Bentley Glazer running ninth. And Smiley is running in the 10th position. So I love messing with Kelly. I like Kelly. Kelly's one of my favorites out here. I have to admit, I got a little favoritism towards him. 14 laps remaining. That's all we got. 14 laps. Have you found your information yet, or no? You still waiting for a confirmation?
I'm looking. Give me a second.
All right.
I'll tell you as soon as I find out.
All right. You'll let me know. You'll let us all know.
Because if that's the guy I think it is, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Darren Mock to drive one of these leagues with us. I'd love to see Darren running these. Darren Mock is the son of Butch Mock of Ray Mock Motorsports back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Which that Kyle Petty won his first race in a Ray Mock car. And Darren is running. He runs on iRacing. He says he runs this quite a bit. He's run quite a few leagues. But I told him, I said, you need to kind of come down and ride in the Sim500 league. We'd love to see him in that, because he does race every weekend on a series. He just got done running Sebring, and I'm not sure what he's running this week, but he runs in stock cars. And it's another series that's underneath, Arc or whatever. He's a young kid. Darren's 19 or 20, something like that. So.
I'm not going to get confirmation on that until later.
Okay.
Looking at what I'm looking at, I don't think it's the guy I'm thinking of, but we'll confirm before we say anything.
We'll confirm, yeah. Maybe I need to give you some El Bandito Yankee tequila to jar your memory. I hadn't said anything about my El Bandito Yankee tequila tonight, so I make sure I did get my plugs out. Hey, we're almost 10 laps down, or 10 laps to go. We're 11 right now. Daniel Falkingham will bring them down off into turn number 3 and 4, and across the line he'll go, and that'll be 10 laps remaining in tonight's race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Grand finale for the Winter Series. Falkingham has been a beast as Jeff Ryan gets around O'Rourke. And he's looking like he might bring James with him as well. So EJ once again chewing those tires up, and they're spitting back at him. What do you think there?
He's coming. He was able to pass Tommy Ryan. He's not going to be able to get to Daniel Falkingham, I don't think. He has 4 lap older tires. than Daniel Faulkingham. He's got 6 lap older tires than Tommy Ryan. I'm going to guess by the end of this race, in the next 9 laps, those tires are going to go away. But man, oh man, that battle between 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, that is a tight one right now, Randy Pepper. There's less than half a second between 2nd and 5th with 9 laps to go in the season finale here in the Winter Series. It's going to be intense.
Yeah, it could be anybody's battle. So this is going to be where the fun is, right here with these 4 guys. Which one will get 2nd, 3rd, and 4th? Wow, E.J. O'Rourke is dirt dogging that 41 tonight for sure.
He's doing what?
Dirt dogging it.
Okay.
What do you think I said?
Nothing. 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 Nope. Nothing. Not going there. Not going there.
Boy, look at that. He has got a trunk full, and he may get the whole 2 tires deep in the back of that. As the 99 shoots to the bottom of the track, Ryan will run along the side of O'Rourke. They're side by side for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Look at the battle here. We've got a barn burner for sure starting here.
This is going to get intense, Randy. 7 to go. These guys are all over each other. This is going to allow Chad, excuse me. This is going to allow Chad Coleman to get his way in, but man, E.J. O'Rourke was loose there. Across the line, EJ's got the number 33 of Derek Myers all over him. Off into 1 and 2. Here they go. They're in a conga line. They're actually offset now. The 33 to the inside. Can he get a big enough run on EJ O'Rourke? Will he slide up in the exit of the corner? Will EJ slide down? He's at his quarter panel. He's going to have to slide in behind him, and it's going to allow Chris James in the 98 to get to the inside of him, off into 3 and 4 this time. They're going to be 3 wide here coming to the line if they don't keep it. If they keep this up here, 5 to go, and Tommy Ryan is loving this because the number 99 of Tommy Ryan is driving away.
Yeah, he's driving away. He's got a clear field of view right now. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 car lengths over O'Rourke. And O'Rourke has just got a hornet's nest.
Oh, they got real close to the exit of the corner. They touched a little bit. The 33 and the 41 touch. They're both staying straight. Off into 3 and 4 this time. Here comes Derek Myers to the inside of E.J. O'Rourke. If he can get the front bumper in front of him, he's going to try the slide job. It's not going to be completed this time. E.J. O'Rourke back around the outside. 4 laps to go here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Side by side, still the 33 down on the bottom of the track, forcing the 41 high on the track. And
he's going to get him.
Clear. Yeah,
but E.J. O'Rourke's going to come back. He was on the outside. The 33 is going to try to block the inside. The 41's got to go to the inside if he wants to make that spot happen. He's not gonna. He's going to try to back off from a little bit on the entry of 3 and 4. Get a big run by using the bottom to the top motion here. But I don't think he's going to. I think Derek Myers has just made that pass on E.J. O'Rourke, and I think it might stick here with 3 laps to go.
I think he's got that position. I think it's going to stick perfectly as he starts to pull away just by another car length. So it's about 3 car lengths between him and O'Rourke. Now we've got to watch and see if James can catch up there to O'Rourke and try to get around and steal that 3rd position, actually 4th position from him. And
E.J. O'Rourke, he's going to be in the back foot here.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to be in the back foot here. 2 to go. What is this? It's a mile and a half, 3 miles, just 3.06 miles actually, because Atlanta's a little bit bigger than a mile and a half. But 3.06 miles to go here around the Atlanta Motor Speedway. On the exit of turn 2, the number 98 is there. He's on the quarter panel. He slides back in behind E.J. O'Rourke. Chris James to the inside now. E.J. sticks him down to the bottom of the racetrack. Does he have the tire left? The white flag is out on the Winter Series. Daniel Faulkingham with 10.5 seconds. A commanding lead. Off into 1 and 2 this time, though. E.J. O'Rourke is going to try to keep Chris James behind him. James is there. He's on the inside. They're going to be side by side on the exit of 2. We'll come back to this, but Daniel Falkenham exits turn 3 and 4 for his 9th win of the season. He's going to cap off the championship with a win at Atlanta, and the battle has happened. Here he comes. E.J. O'Rourke's going to be able to hold off Derek James. Tommy Ryan in second. Derek Myers in third. Chris James fifth, but E.J. O'Rourke will come home in fourth.
A great run.
What
by
a
all those
way to
guys.
end the season.
Yeah. Great run
Heck
by
of a
all them.
battle there at the end.
Yep.
Start-
O'Rourke, I mean, he did an awesome job just holding James off because he was
did.
definitely sideways
He
doing
did.
it.
He was sideways coming out of turn 3 there as well. And not only that, folks, but that's the third race this season we've had caution-free at 1.5 miles like Old Atlanta. There's a reason they're repaving this is because the track got a little bit unstable. You made it really hard to drive. They wanted better racing. Man alive, they should have had these guys come out there because we got some great racing tonight. But Daniel Falkenham's going to burn that SOB down here on the Sharue Diecast Premier Xfinity Series. And that is your Sharue Diecast champion of the Winter Series. Daniel Falkenham with a commanding 9 wins, going to win the championship by over 110 points. Consistency is key, but winning is better. You don't have to be consistent if you can win most of the races, and that's exactly what Daniel Falkenham did all Winter Series long. Absolutely fantastic to see. And you know what we're going to do? Let's see if I can find our boy Derek Myers. I don't see Derek out there at the moment, so we're going to pull in the second.
I see him.
You do? Where?
I see him.
Am I blind?
Yeah.
Am I
He's in
blind?
the waiting room.
Is he? Oh,
Yep.
okay. Okay, here he is. Derek Myers, you got Nick Adams, Randy Pepper here in the Ghostfire Media booth. How are you tonight, sir?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I am good. Congratulations on a heck of a finish here tonight. 3rd place. Gives you that momentum going into the Trans Service Truck Series in a couple of weeks. How does that feel?
Oh, it feels great. This is like my 3rd race in this Wednesday night series, and tonight was such a blast out there, going green flag the whole way, and it was great racing all around and very slippery and hot out there.
Did you think you were able to get around O'Rourke there at the end?
Yeah, based off of the lap I pitted on, I knew it was gonna. I thought I was gonna be able to get back to him, and I nailed my pit stop. Didn't have any mistakes. Got out of pit road clean, and made my way through the cars on the track pretty cleanly too. So Jeff Ryan was the one that I was trying to get to. He pitted a lap before me. I was the last of everyone in this race to pit for that first pit stop, and I made the most of my tires though.
So you got Bang Energy on that car. What's your relationship with it? Just like Bang?
Yeah, I love Bang energy drinks. I drink one every day typically. I like to work out in my free time, like 6 days a week, and I always use it as a pre-workout, and I just love repping it on my car.
What
Goes
is on the
fast.
hood of that car?
What's on the hood?
Does that say Happy Birthday Bangsters?
That's a flavor of Bang, birthday cake
Really?
batch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tastes like
I've
birthday cake.
never had Bang Energy. I drink Monster, so I wouldn't know.
Well, Monsters are good too, but I can tell you why Bang's better, but I'll save that for another time.
I mean, you can go ahead and give free product placement if you want, or you could hold on to it until they sponsor you, and then you can tell them.
I'll hold on until they sponsor me, hopefully
There
one
you
day.
go.
Yeah.
That's a smart
He's got to
business
get a hold
decision.
of Sammy Guevara, and he'll tell you how to get the sponsorship.
Well, Mr. Myers, is there anybody you want to thank while you're here with us tonight?
I'd like to thank everyone who puts on the league and also you guys for broadcasting it. It was a lot of fun out there tonight, and man, I was gripping that wheel tight there at the end, trying to get to second place, but third's what we came up with tonight, and I'm proud of that. And congrats to Daniel on the win.
Well, we appreciate you for racing, and we'll hopefully see you every Wednesday night for the next 27 weeks.
I'll try to. I'm gonna sign up for it. So thank you. You guys have a good night.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
That was our 3rd place finisher, Derek Myers. Now we're going to bring in our 2nd place finisher. We've talked to this guy a couple times this year, not as much as I would have liked to, but at least we get to talk to him here on championship night. Tommy Ryan. Tommy, I know you're going to want to talk about that beautiful paint scheme you have, so we'll start out. We'll start out first off with congratulations on a 2nd place. I honestly think if we got a caution there, you had something for Daniel Falkenham. I will stick by that because I really do think you did. But how was the car out there tonight?
Oh man, it was this thing was a blast to drive. It was it was definitely on edge. So you could move around a little bit and find speed. Some parts of the run it was on the bottom, and in other parts it was on the top, and just depending on what you like the most. I mean, EJ was able to roll the top of 3 and 4 really well. When I tried it a few times, it didn't really work for me, other than the time that I just got right up there, packing air up under his spoiler, trying to, make something happen where he slipped just a little bit and I could get a run, which I finally did. But man, this thing was a blast to drive. We were ripping the top on 1 and 2. Man, that was just so much fun.
Hey, Tommy, I got to ask you something. So I was digging in the back of my yard, and I was digging, and I hit this thing. Was I supposed to call somebody about that?
Well,
I hate
depending
you.
on what you hit, you may have had to call your
You
your
might have to
gas
call
company.
911.
Yes. So yeah, obviously, everybody's listening out there. Before you go digging in your yard, you're going to take out your internet, your phone line, if you actually still have a landline these days, or worse, hit a gas line or something. So you got to make sure you call 811.com, and they'll come out there and locate your stuff for you. And so you don't tear up a bunch of stuff and possibly kill somebody.
Well, I'm glad you told me that, because
What if he
now
really doesn't like his neighbors?
Well, hopefully they don't have surveillance cameras. So.
Fair point. Fair point.
Hey, good job tonight, Tommy. Too bad you couldn't have got a little closer to Daniel and made it more of a race there for the end, but a good job either way. It's always great to talk to you up here in the booth, man, and good luck next season in the trucks. We look forward to watching you run the 99 in the trucks for sure.
Yeah, man. This is Daniel was his own zip code as far as that goes. So the real race was for second and third and fourth. I think we put on a better show. Daniel just typically just drives away with these things because he's just that good. But yeah, look forward to next season. We'll have 811 on a lot of my stuff, and my co-sponsor Northern Tool and Equipment. Can't forget about those guys. They've been a long time sponsor of me. And thanks for you guys putting on the show. And we'll head on to the next one and see if we can beat Daniel there.
Well, good job tonight, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, not last, but definitely not least, our 2022 Winter Series champion, the winner of tonight's race, and a history maker here consistently in the Sim500 Esports Racing Series, Daniel Fockingham. Daniel, congratulations. 9th win of the 14 races this year. Fantastic. It's a cleanup percentage of almost 75%. So unbelievable.
Yeah. I wish it was 10 if that Darlington race went better for us, but very happy with that. Very satisfied with that, and good way to cap off the season.
Well, we know who you're going to want to thank, so we'll start with that. Go ahead and thank your sponsors.
All right. I got to thank January 31st. Brand new sponsor coming on board with me this year. Looks like they've had a pretty good opening, especially with the last races of this, and going to be happy to bring them on for the Chuck Series starting up in a few months, or in a few weeks, I should say. And of course, First Air Bait and Lobster 207 who have been there from the beginning. I got to thank Joey and all the admins who run the show at Sim500. Thank all them, all the admin team, and everyone who races each and every week. And I also got to thank Sharue and Diecast for sponsoring this Winter Series. Good to have them on board. I got to thank everyone at Team Name as well, Chad Cohen, Richard Beasley. And also got to thank everyone at North Force Racing, Preston Gilson, and the whole crew over there. And also got to thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. Thank you guys for doing the broadcast all season long. You guys going to be back for trucks? Or?
Yes, we are.
Oh, that's great news to hear. Good. Look forward to seeing you guys back. But yeah, thanks for all you've done this season, and thanks to all the fans watching each and every week. Special shout out to Cosman, Splash and Go Graphics, bringing this beautiful car for me, and thanks to friends and family for their support.
Let me ask you something real quick.
How do you
explain to me what January 31st is?
So this was news to me, when I first when I was first notified of what this is. But what January 31st is, it pretty much deals with cystic fibrosis. It's a lung disease that pretty much results in the need of a lung transplant. and it's really hard to come by. And thankfully, if you go to January31st.com, you can go there and make a donation, and you can help towards those efforts for hopefully people trying to get lung transplants and all that. So when I learned about these guys, I was actually really intrigued of what was going on, like what their goal is. So I feel very proud to represent those guys.
Yeah, that's absolutely. And people that do have lungs or whatever they have to donate, if they can, definitely do. A friend of mine passed away because he could not get a kidney. And donations like that always strike a
Yeah.
chord down in me. So,
But yeah, this is definitely a cool, something cool to be a part of, and I look forward to carrying them throughout the rest of the season. And I guess from someone that told me that worked with them, I guess there's some sort of documentary that's being worked on, or that's what at least what I was told. So I'm interested to see like what comes out of that. So, but like I said, if you want to make a donation to January 31st and try to help cystic fibrosis and hopefully help some lung transplants, do all that, head to January31st.com. That is January 30-1st. So like the first, as in like 31st. So if you'll go check out the website there, you can go make a donation right there.
awesome.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And, Daniel, I'm sure we're going to be talking to you throughout the season with the Trans Service trucks. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to send you back down with your teammates.
Yeah.
And we will talk to you.
Sorry. I want to say,
Go ahead.
I got some event. I was quite listening on Tommy's interview. He said he's going to try to beat me over in the trucks. Well, he already beat me last year, so I think it's my turn to I got some real vengeance coming into this season after I lost the championship in one of the most dumbest ways. So I got some. I'm coming in with new vengeance.
Is there
in a few
drama
weeks.
that we need to be? Because I'll tell you.
There's no beef. There's no beef.
Nick
There's no
here at
beef.
Ghostfire Media loves
He
controversy because controversy, Eric Bischoff said it right in the 90s. Controversy creates cash for everybody involved.
Yeah, but now there's no beef.
Okay.
He just I just got involved in a few wrecks near the end of the season that I lost so many points, and I got behind in the final playoff races, and I just didn't have enough races to claw back, and Tommy beat me out by like 3 points. So
Okay.
I've got some serious vengeance going into this season. I got something to prove, and hopefully we can replicate this performance in a few weeks with the trucks. So
Gotcha.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, good, because I was going to say, you sounded like Kevin Harvick for a second, but then I remember I actually like you. So.
Oh, wow, man.
No, I'm saying get with the unluckiness near the end of the season. And then I was like, but you know what? This guy's likable. Kevin Harvick's not. So we'll root for Daniel Falkenham. We won't root for Kevin Harvick. It's okay.
Now you can walk around too. You also have to walk around going, now to be the man, you gotta beat the man. So you got that. So
you get to talk about being a champion in the Winter Series for the rest of the year. Nobody else can say that they were the Winter Series champion.
I think that's my first. I'm pretty sure that's my first Premier Winter Championship. So that's pretty cool to add to the accolades. But yeah, definitely I've got quite a few championships over here. But the two main ones that I want to check off the list are the Premier Cup Championship that runs on Mondays, and then hopefully get the Truck Championship, because I've already knocked off the Premier Xfinity one, and I've knocked off a few winter ones. So hopefully those Truck Championship, the Truck and Cup series are the only two that I want to check off the list. So, but yeah, we're already a few weeks in. I've already got a good start. So, but yeah, we're looking forward to get truck racing in a few weeks, and I think we're gonna have an even tougher field in the trucks. So I definitely got my work cut out for it.
Well, that's awesome to hear, and we'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
All right, I appreciate it, fellas. Thank you.
Yeah.
Normally at this time, we say we're gonna wind down, but that's not true yet. We are going to bring in a friend of Ghostfire Media now. I think he's one of the owners. He's definitely one of the head admins. I believe he might be the owner. He drives the 14 here in the Cup Series. Joey Gattina. Everybody please welcome Joey Gattina. He wants to, he has a few choice words to say thanks to people for. So.
Man, they don't even know who I am.
Well, I mean, I know who you are. They don't know. The people out in the internet world don't know who you are. I got to give you an intro that's, up to your standards.
I appreciate it, guys. No, we just want to thank Sharue Diecast. It's been a fun series. Congratulations to Daniel Falkenham. And making some changes. The Trans Service used to be Cup Series. Now they're transitioning over to Wednesday nights to now take over the Truck Series. So we're excited about that. We got a couple weeks off to kind of regroup. But very few spots left. We haven't even advertised for the series, and we should be somewhere well over 60 vehicles. Every week it's going to be a battle to get in the race. And, we're excited about that. It should be one of the most competitive series we have. And usually the truck series are on Wednesday. So, but yeah, just thank everybody that showed up this winter. Thank you guys. Normally these series during the winter, the longer winter schedules seem to kind of fizzle out. They don't hold, I guess everybody gets ready for the big shows, and we're here. It's time, so I'm ready to rock and roll. Come Trans Service truck time. But again, thank you, Sharue Diecast. If you guys are looking for a diecast, check them out. That's all I got, man. Thank y'all so much.
Hey, Joey, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Where do you find this talent? Where do you find these guys?
Man, I have been doing this longer than I care to admit. And Sim500 actually goes back probably, I don't know, 15 or more years. And
Oh God, you guys
I
are
was
back on the old papyrus days almost.
yeah, and
Oof.
most of this group that you have here are hate to say it, but well, I don't hate to say it. We've all been really tight. I mean, we've stayed together in the sim community. I call us one big dysfunctional family, but our nucleus is guys that have been racing together for some of us 15 or more years. And I actually owned another league that is actually pretty strong out in the market right now. They've got a Monday night series still going. But I left that to start Sim500 back up, and we're coming up on 6 years. Our very first race out of the box had a full field. And I know we don't. I don't know. We don't have a bunch of rules. We don't try to control the uncontrollable. I know that's the one thing with sim racing that they all think that you've got to have a rule for everything. We don't do that here. We start our engines and we race, and then if we have a problem, we deal with it.
There are so many people I'd like to put you in contact with.
I mean,
Randy
it's
Pepper knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I mean, the thing is that you just got to keep the fires down, and that's what a rule book really does. It just keeps things stirred up. And once I took that away, a lot of people didn't think the league could run like this, and we're in our third year now. And I mean, our rules are simple. It's go on the green flag, stay to the right going down pit road, and just try not to cuss anybody out. Do it on Discord or wherever, and leave it at that. So, but no, our guys are the whole group is just a lot of close friends, really. And then we get people that come in and they try us out. And again, we're racing 7 nights a week. 7 nights a week, 7 broadcast, 3 paid series. The rest are free. We fund out of our pocket to give back to the community, our drivers. So, I mean, we've got everything from the NASCAR, next gen series to all the way to the dirt series. So, hell, we're getting 30, almost 40 dirt cars showing up on Thursday night. So, got a lot going on, man. It's a lot
Really?
to manage. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. We're gonna have to try. We're gonna have to try to get one of those series here.
Yeah, we need.
I'd love to. I'd love to call dirt racing.
Well, we've got a great group. I think it's Whiskey Oval TV just came on with us this year, and they
Also,
do a
you can,
fabulous job.
if you want to, you can shout out your other networks that do your stuff for you. It doesn't bother us.
We've got
Big
too
family.
many to mention. Too many to mention, but they all know who they are. And we all we thank them very much. It's, you guys are extremely important to what we do, and I mean, from our standpoint, we work extremely hard to keep these series filled up and give you something to call, and then obviously the partnership of these long seasons can be tough and grueling, but you guys tell the story for us, and for that we're grateful.
We try to make it entertaining. Give some trivia questions out there to the fans and all that fun stuff as well. So,
And I can also promise you all of the technical foibles we had the last 3 weeks because my computer was dead or gone and done with. Tonight was fantastic, so I'm super excited for the next 27 weeks.
Well, that's the thing. We understand life happens. It happens to our guys on the racetrack, technical things, and the computer world is it is what it is, but we make the best of it. And, we move on next week. So, like I said, I appreciate you guys very much. And, anybody out there looking to race, I mean, this is probably not the easiest place to come run. I mean, it's so bad that I barely can make the fields on our big nights. I mean, it's just, I'm even questioning myself whether, what am I doing? Maybe I ought to just sit out and talk about racing because I'm not good enough to even race in my own league. So, But anyways, we have a lot of fun with it. But again, thank y'all so much, and we'll see you in Daytona.
All
All
right.
right. Thank you so
Sounds
much,
great.
Joey. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Joey Gattina. He is one of the owners here. I think he's the owner. We just figured it out. So that's
The man, the myth,
the man, the myth,
everything.
the legend, Joey Gattina. Folks, I don't know about Randy Pepper, but I'll tell you what, we had a couple weeks off, but the last like 16 weeks here of winter racing, absolutely fantastic.
It flew by.
It flew by. It really did. Like, you were out a couple weeks, I was out a week, but we were able to cover everything. We were able to get everything, it was super exciting the entire time. And that's something that I just want to say, from us here at Ghost Fire Media, the league thanked us, but without the league giving us such fantastic racing and such fantastic racers, we couldn't do what we do every week. We could not make this entertaining if the guys weren't as talented as they are. So we thank them, each and every one of them. I want to thank you, Randy. We're not done for the season, but we're done for the next 3 weeks. So enjoy your vacation. I'm gonna go start making graphics for all these drivers for the regular season, though, because we're gonna step up our game here on Wednesday nights.
Oh boy.
So it's gonna be pretty sick. I have some pretty cool ideas in mind. I've gotten a lot better at Photoshop, so I think our fans out there are gonna be super stoked when they see it. But Randall,
Yes, sir.
do you want to read the results, or would you like me to?
It doesn't matter. You can do them. You do them very well. So
All right.
I'll let you do them. I'll do the outro.
For the final time this year, we want to thank Sharue Diecast for sponsoring the Sim500 Esports Racing Series and Ghost Fire Media alike here on Wednesday evenings. I apologize the track name isn't there. That's my fault.
Weighing in at 245 miles an hour.
There we go. There we
It's
go.
Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Your winner this evening, the champion of the Winter Series, Daniel Fockingham, coming home second, defending Trans Service Truck Series, last year Trans Service Cup, but this year Trans Service Truck. Your defending Truck Series champion, Tommy Ryan. It's going to be interesting to see what Tommy can do this year in the trucks over the next 27 weeks, beginning on March the 30th here on Ghost Fire Media. Same start time, but qualifying starts at 8:50 instead of 9 o'clock. Heat start at 9 o'clock, so that's going to be cool to be able to give you heat racing here on the GFM. In third tonight, Derek Myers with a fantastic finish. Fourth, EJ O'Rourke was able to save those tires long enough to be able to hold off Chris James coming to the finish line. Chris James again finishes fifth. Chad Coleman in sixth. Glenn Campbell seventh. Mike Kelly in eighth. Bentley Glazier with a fantastic turnaround. Him and Mike Kelly alike in eighth and ninth. In 10th, Scott Simley again gained 10 positions tonight. Fantastic race on his behalf. Jimmy Coleman 11th. Brian Macklin in 12th. Randy Yokeman 13th. Jose Gonzalez in 14th. He had a fantastic turnaround as well. He started way back. Well, he started in 7th, but I felt like he was back there a lot more throughout the night. I think he had some problems.
Yeah.
So he finished in 14th. And 15th, we had Mike Montesi. 16th, we had Richard Beasley. Richard started 22nd, comes home 16th. Fantastic finish for him. Jeff Hollingsworth in 17th. Charles Woods in 18th. We're going to go ahead and flip the page for everybody. Back in 19th, Jeff Ryan. 20th, Richard Swaverly. 21st, going to be Paul Crumry. 22nd, going to be Doug Sigmund. 23rd, Dustin German. 24th, Ron Holyfield. 25th, Kevin England. Joey Gattina finishes in 26th. Mark Fravert in 27th. I'm going to butcher your name. I'm sorry. I'll get it right in the regular season. James Sombach in 28th. And rounding up the field in 29th, Doug Roth. And now, here on the Ghost Fire Media Network, for the final time, with Sim500 Sharue Diecast Premiere Series, I hand it over to Randall Pepper.
You've been watching the Ghost Fire Media broadcast of the Sharue Diecast Sim500 Premier Xfinity Series race here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. That's been Nick Adams. I'm Randy Pepper. Until March the 30th, back here, same bad time, same bad channel. You guys have a great time off, and we'll see you next time here on the Ghost Fire Media Network.